Hello, Move community. Happy Wednesday. Just wanted to pop in. First of all, to say thank you from the bottom of our entire team's hearts. If you guys have seen the push-up challenge all over Haycourt, all over Instagram, and have kind of caught on to what we're doing with the push-up challenge, thank you. If you have no idea and have no familiarity with what we're actually doing with the push-up challenge, I just wanted to pop in and kind of share how it works. But beyond that, like the why behind why we're doing it. So first and foremost, our push-up challenge is live on Instagram. We've been doing it for all of February. We're going all 29 days of February. We do get an extra day of February, so we thought we'd make it a little bit special. But for every person who does, we're calling it the push-up challenge, but if you do any type of movement, you do squats, you do jumping jacks, we really don't mind. But any type of movement to show your commitment to the challenge, we are donating $1 per person to our two charity partners, ALS TDI and the Next Society. So how it works, basically jump on your Instagram. I know it's a little uncomfortable if you're not used to doing any videos, but just get yourself moving. Tag move, hashtag MoveUp29, and then tag a person and pass it along. Now, when that person does their push-ups or whatever movement they choose, that adds another person into the challenge. We donate another $1. So that's kind of the background of how it works. And like I said, we're raising money for ALS TDI and the Next Society. Melissa's been raising money for NEC for about 6 years. I've been with a culmination of different charities within ALS. We started with the ALS Association, and then we moved into ALS TDI. And my family's been raising money for more than 20 years, which is really crazy. Just to share a little bit on the reason I got connected with ALS. I lost my dad. It's going on 12 years. And it really sparked a lot of interest. He was diagnosed when I was 9 years old. And it's crazy to think 9 years old. I found out about ALS, and then it was instantly, I started doing all of my book reports, right? Like, how old are you in 9 years, right? 3rd, 4th, 5th grade, all my book reports, all my like science fairs, anything I did was connected to ALS and was connected to raising awareness, and then moved into more of fundraising for ALS. So back at 9 years old, there's a rocket ship going off in my kitchen right now. I became super attached to the idea of learning more about the body, learning more about how your body breaks down with ALS, because if you aren't familiar, it strips everything except your mind. So your body becomes completely paralyzed. And my dad was an athlete through college. He was a professional powerlifter. He was, up until the day he couldn't, he was playing hockey. So I didn't get it. I didn't understand. I didn't know, why that was even a possibility, right? Like, he was the strongest man I knew. How could that even be possible? And so I started studying the body, which led me to college athletics, which led me to more the mind-body connection, the psychology behind it, and then which I guess led me to fitness, and really understanding the body's limits, aside from the mind's limits, but the body's limits, and then really intertwining them. So ALS has become, more or less my entire journey, and really just figuring out how the body functions, why the body functions the way it does. And I know Melissa's going to pop on here tomorrow and share her story of her connection with the Next Society. But ALS TDI became, a guiding light for me. I got involved with them 11 years ago. Right after my dad passed, I was invited by my very kind friend, Steve Sailing, which, if you do not know Steve, he's been living with ALS for, I think he's going on 14 years, an incredible architect, brilliant man, and he got me involved with ALS TDI through the Tri-State Trek, which is a bike ride that I do every single year to raise money and awareness for those living with ALS. ALS TDI does all of the research. They're at the cutting edge of finding a cure for ALS. So every single dollar and every single push-up and every single person who does this challenge will be represented over at ALS TDI in their research lab, which is really, really amazing. If you guys are Boston-based, they love doing tours. They love, showcasing all of the hard work that they do day in and day out using the money that is raised by each and every one of you, all of us, as being part of the Mooch community. So I just wanted to pop in, say thank you from the bottom of our hearts, from the Mooch community and the ALS TDI and the Neck Society community for being a part of it. Now, if you're not on Instagram, that is totally fine. You can share your moves in here. You can just reply to this, this thread if you want to jump in. You do not need to be challenged to partake. So if you're waiting to be tagged, wait no longer, just jump right in. We'd love to see all of your moves to support ALS TDI and the Neck Society. So any questions, feel free to drop them in here. Any thoughts, any comments, please, please, please do not hesitate to reach out. We are so happy and more than willing to answer any questions that have to do with the push-up challenge or moving or the Neck Society or ALS TDI. So thank you guys again and enjoy the rest of your week. We will see you out there.